Hello everybody, Simon with Quigg Coins and Bullion here, and today I have 1, 2, 3 really nice stacks of coins and tokens to share with you guys. Got my cheat sheet here off to the side so I can remember all the numbers, and why don't we dive right in and talk about the pricing of these coins. All these coins will be available on the website vanquigcoins.com for sale, and I'll just kind of zoom back and we'll get into some of the close-ups here. We'll start with the PCGS coins, and we'll start with this absolutely gorgeous 1835 capped plus quarter, graded XF35. The dealer told me this is a B7, which I believe is the die pair variety, and this will be listed on the website for $500. Really nice original crusty coin, just barely anywhere. There's no trace luster, which is pretty typical for a coin this old, but this is a really attractive, really original coin. Be awesome to round out any collector's collection there. And you guys have been screaming, begging Simon, begging for more 2-cent pieces. I've had a lot of requests for people, so when I was able to score a couple that were really affordably priced, I'm happy to pass them on here. They're both 1865. This one is MS62 brown. This is going to be on the website for $170. Just really tough to find mint state examples. My camera's going crazy. Try to get it to focus here. So I got a 62 there, and then there's going to be people fighting over this 63. I'll show you in a second. Boom. There is still a ton of original luster on this coin. You know, if the front, I think it would still be a brown coin if the front had the same kind of color, but this is very indicative of being held in an album. The back, super original, still a ton of red on there, and the front is just much darker, and you can actually still see some of the trace luster in the devices, kind of in here, devices, but this is just super nice. This is available on the website for $220. I have just been blowing through affordable barber halves, quarters, and dimes, and I wanted to pick some of these up. So in VF, barbers jump basically like double in price, from like 60 to 120 to $150. And I believe 1901 Philly is pretty common, but in VF 25, it is a really nice example. You got basically full Liberty, you got a full laurel wreath there, and then you got total E pluribus unum, and then just some wear on the wingtips here. So basically, conditionally, barbers get very rare. They're common to find in the GAG grades, and very tough to find anything nicer than, you know, VF and higher, mint state, etc. So they go up quite exponentially from there, but this is $170 on the website there. And I am a huge proponent of getting 3-cent pieces to people. They're kind of expensive in any grade, you know, starting out $40-50, just in like the totally junky grades, and getting them certified because, you know, they're so small, they're tough to see. You know, I feel like a lot of people don't get them certified. So this is a really original, really nice and crusty 3-cent piece, 1853, and this is going to be $190 on the website there. Sticking with the barber halves, 1914 is a better date. Let me get this to focus. And this is good 4. So a good indicator for good 4s is total 100% rims. So you're not going to have any of the rim missing here. You know, you've got almost missing, maybe a little weak right here, but you notice that the rest of the rim is totally intact, and you're losing E pluribus unum there, and hardly any laurel wreath, and no letters in Liberty or barely visible. But you got a full, nice, strong rim there. This is a better date, 1914, and this is going to be available for $115 on the website. Got a nice, this is a AU55 16D barber quarter, very common date, but still nice to have in your collection. This is going to be available on the website for $175. Super original, really lustrous, and then comparative to the other barber examples, you have a really nice full strike there, just barely anywhere on the wingtips, full shield, full E pluribus unum, and of course, full laurel wreath, full liberty. Just a really, really nice coin all around. That's going to be available for $175 on the website. And the last NGC coin here is nice, fun little variety, 1945S, Micro S, MS66 CAC, and the coins are not super expensive for this variety. This one is going to be $190, and we'll just show you the variety here. Basically, they just use a really, really small S for this. It's probably twice that size on another coin. So just fun variety. It's not much more expensive than a stickered coin in this grade. So I figure if someone was going to spend the money, you may as well just be able to get a fun little variety with that. Again, that's $190 on the website. I will pick these up, and we will start with some of the tokens. So the show this last weekend was not only a coin show, there was actually specific dealers that collect tokens and sell tokens. So I was able to pick up a good 4 tokens. There wasn't a lot of certified ones. So I went to the guy who I normally deal with at the Minnesota coin shows, and he had some certified, and he kind of walked me through on fair pricing and all that stuff. And I looked these up on eBay, and pretty much all of them are raw. So there's some sold comps. So I was just basically going off of those prices minus shipping and fees, and I try to be a little bit even more conservative than that, back from that pricing. So we have, and I'm not super knowledgeable on these, but I just wanted to have some variety, and I think they're affordable enough. All of these coins or all of these tokens are going to be under $200 a piece. So realistically, it's fun, good for Civil War collectors, token collectors. Got to get this to focus here, and be able to just collect a cool piece of history. So this is the 1863 Civil War token. I believe that this is the identification number here, Indian crossed cannons, and that is just indicative of the design. And I just made the mistake. I'm used to flipping it like this. So this, like so, is called coin alignment, and I believe like this is where they're facing the same way, is called metal alignment. So it's just a really, really nice, and they got, let's see, got some numbers on there. Looks like 61, 76, I just enjoy these, and I'm trying to pick things up that are different for the shop and for the website that I'm not normally knowledgeable in. It forces me to be out of my comfort zone and to pick up things that appeal to a broader base of collectors. So this is kind of in the same vein as coin collecting and token collecting, etc. So just want to provide something else that is not normally seen. This is going to be available for $130 on the website there. We got this one was a little bit tougher. I think this is the toughest one that I saw from all of the tokens that I looked up. So this is 1861 through 65 Civil War token, MS62 Brown Federal Union, and it actually has a good amount of mint luster left on it. Really attractive, and it says, "The Federal Union, it must and shall be preserved." So a lot of these things are very patriotic, and again, very interestingly, this has coin alignment. So the last one had metal alignment, and this one has coin alignment. So this is a Army and Navy token. We'll look at the back here. You got the swords, anchors, Army and Navy. You got the starburst. And then you can see that this is very reminiscent of the Indian head cent with the oak leaves on the back. And just very, very nice token all around there. Again, this will be available for 185 bucks on the website. The next one here is a Civil War token, 1863, another very similar Army and Navy. This is going to be available for 115 bucks on the website. So we have the Capitol building there, and it's crazy. You know, this is like incredibly detailed, really, really cool work. Capitol building on there, United States, 1863. And so we're back to metal alignment. And it has the almost same back as the last one, Army and Navy. No anchor, just crossed swords. So they're all a little bit different, which is very interesting. And these oak leaves are very different from the last one. Just really, really cool. Very cool piece of history. That's 115 bucks there. And I think this is probably the most eye-appealing. It's says it's red-brown, but I think it's far closer to red. It just has really nice flowing luster there. And this is a 1863 Civil War token, Indian crossed cannon. So you can see that there's quite a few similar varieties or themes between all of these tokens here. MS64 red-brown. And you got the Indian there. So I don't think the first one had the Indian motif. Similarly, 1863. Try to get this to focus. And you can see that these were not struck with the same quality as some of the coinage at the time. Some pitting on the coin. You can see that the dies were probably well worn. And this is also metal alignment, I believe. And it has very similar back here. And really, really nice kind of purple, brown, flowing luster. Got the flag, got the Liberty cap there. Just all around cool piece of history. And this one is available for 140 bucks. So, not something I'm super knowledgeable about. I'm learning, but I wanted to pick something up and be able to learn a little bit about it and offer it to you guys as well. So we'll move these off the screen and we will run through the PCGS coins. So, nice, super affordable Rattler, 1885O MS64. Nice flowing luster. And guys, these are, it feels like every single show I go to, dropping stuff. I'm seeing less of these and I'm buying less of them just because the prices are going up and they're getting harder to get a hold of. So this is 125 bucks. Again, you know me, it's CPG plus a little bit of premium for the holder. You know, it's not crazy. You know, guys out there at the show had, you know, 50% over CPG, you know, 75%. I think that's ridiculous. I just probably do, it's between 5 and 20 bucks over what the premium is or what CPG is for the coin. You know, if it's an expensive coin, it'll be more, but realistically, just a nice, affordable first generation holder. And I also picked this one up. So this is a generation 2. So it has the rattler inner. So this inside piece here is a rattler. And then for counterfeiting, they were having issues with that, is that they put this protective, basically a clamshell around it. So 1884 MS63, pretty common coin. Nice Gen 2 holder. This back is like super nice. You know, this back is probably like a 65 compared to the front, which has got a bit of a thumbprint, and it does have a weak strike in the hair, which is very indicative of New Orleans mint coins. This is going to be 90 bucks on the website there. I got another, so I picked up, I think 3 in total, 3-cent trimes, and I want to be able to bring affordable trimes to you guys. So again, like I said, you know, even in the lowest grades, they're 40, 50 bucks. So you may as well spend a little bit more and get a little bit nicer coin. This is VF35. You got the back there. and this is going to be $110 through the website. And you know me, guys, I do not normally purchase details graded coins, VF detail, damaged edge, and when I looked at this, I could not find, for the life of me, a damaged edge. You know, I don't know if it's filed or if they tried to put it in a collet, but I'm just looking at this thing. I don't see a rim bump. I don't see that it's filed. I don't see that someone tried to force it into anything. I paid well under gray sheet. That's what the dealer is asking, and I'm asking $325, and that's $25 over gray sheet. You know, this is a perfect coin for somebody to break out and put in their set. Super affordable, super, actually kind of attractive wood grain toning, and it has pretty much full liberty, which is indicative of a nice VF coin. So that's $325, $25 over gray sheet wholesale on that one. I got the next two coins here are a pair of 1917 with the mint marks. They're type 1s, a little bit tougher coins to get, but it is just nice for somebody to have a affordable type 1 graded coin in their collection. 1917S VF 35, and this is going to be $180 through the website there. Got a nice strike on the shield, and it all looks pretty good to me there. So that's $180 on the website there. And then a little bit lower grade, this is 1917D fine type 1, fine 15, pardon me, type 1, and this is $105 to the website. So you can kind of compare and contrast. You got two coins here, so you can see on her stomach and leg is way flatter comparatively. Her head is a lot flatter. Shield still has some good definition, and then the eagle is much flatter. You can't make up as much detail on the wings there. So this one, 105 through the website there. And I tried to pick out some other more affordable semi-key date coins. This is 1921 Philadelphia fine 12. This is kind of a key date for the series here. So this is going to be $335, and of course this is the type 2. So it is got the stars below, but this one still does not have the recessed date. So you can really make out the 1921, but you have pretty good detail on the rest of the coin there. I was like over the moon to find this AU coin. I talked about it in Monday's video, and type 2 gold dollars they're not easy to come by in general, but when they are, they're problem coins or they're raw, and this is like the happy medium of, you know, because like a mint state coin is going to be like $1,000 plus. So this is a nice AU coin for someone that just wants a genuine coin. The reverse is pretty much the same as the type 3, but the type 2 has this wider headdress here, almost 90-degree angle versus the, 30-degree angle for the type 3. So this is going to be $720 through the website there. And of course, you got the OGH nice holder, which is always good for anyone's collection. And, you know, when I buy stuff like this, guys, I'm just shocked at what the dealers price things at, and also what the retail price should be. So something like this, super nice original. Granted, common date 1890 Philadelphia, still got some nice mint luster on there. But for a certified coin, I'm asking $90 for this. I mean, that just seems silly that something this old, you know, this is what, 135 years old, and it looks this good, and it's only $90, and it comes in the holder. So nothing wrong with that, guys. $90 through the website there. And I think this is probably my favorite pickup from the weekend, coin-wise, I should say, certified. This is the first coin that I bought, and this is a super premium It's 1929 MS64. But look at this. Really, really good strike. Full luster. Really, really just, I want to let you guys soak this in. Full, really attractive toning. I had to pay a little bit up for this coin, and I'm asking a little more than retail. But I think this coin is really PQ. Like, look at just the flowing luster. Just the blues, the greens. The back is really just so original. Really gorgeous. So this is going to be 425 bucks there, which in reality, probably not much more than a normal blast white one. Maybe somewhere between 25 and 50 bucks more than another common date MS64. But, you know, you get the color, and I think that if this sits around till my next CAC submission, I think this is probably going to go off, because I think this is a really nice original coin. And the last one here is a nice little bit of color, mint state 62 Barber quarter. Gotta get this focus. Barber dime, pardon me. And this is 185 bucks. So just nice, gentle toning, very attractive. 185 bucks on this. So this wraps up the kind of coin portion of the show review, show haul. All these coins will be available on the website by the time this video goes up. I'm actually in process of filming this on Monday, just after the last video went live, and they'll probably go up Monday. They should be up when you guys see this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we'll get to the giveaway portion of the video now. All right, everybody, so let's get into that giveaway. For today, it's going to be this 1967 ICG MS68 nickel, and for the next one, I've got a pair of silver certificates there. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to be entered. You guys can see all the links to my website, Instagram, Google, eBay, and wholesale mailing list there. Remember to like, comment, subscribe to be entered. We are well on our way to 1,300 subscribers, so that's very exciting then. All the stuff you just saw today is available on the website. I am working on, just adjust the camera here, working on my photography skills. So you can see that I'm trying to provide better photos for the coins, for you guys to be able to see what is going on there. eBay, all the bulk stuff you guys saw in the last video is going to be sorted and thrown up there on eBay. So lots of cool big lots going up there very shortly. Wholesale mailing list. A lot of stuff is going fast with the shop. 90% is basically out, but I do have a good number of Engelhard bars. If you guys are paying directly, I have them listed at $375 each for the pressed bars and $390 for my poured bars. So something very interesting there. ASCs, I'm going to be doing $2 over spot, so it'd be 38 bucks, and the Maples out offer for 1 over, which would be like 37.5 or something like that. 38.5 on the ASCs for 2 over. So make sure to give me a call there. All the information is up here, and again, the link is in the description of each of the video, and on the landing page it is the Google document right here. So we got the video, and we will get into that giveaway. 46 comments, thank you guys. All right, Larry, you are the winner. Please reach out to me to claim your prize, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye-bye now.